For item number 5 on the agenda, Gary Dotson was here to discuss the possible action to accept the Emergency Management Performance Grant funding in the amount of $18,676. Let's listen in.
This is our time of the year when our agency receives our EMPG monies from the state of Oklahoma to help offset our operations for the emergency management. And we're just asking that you approve acceptance of the grant for $18,676.
Looking over the contract, I didn't see anything that looked different than the last one that we executed.
It's pretty much exactly the same as last year and the year before.
Yeah, very good. Any questions of mine? Is there a motion for approval?
Make a motion, we approve.
Mr. Nichols has the motion. Is there a second?
A second.
Mr. Attorney has a second. Any other questions from the council or the public? Seeing none, clerk call the roll, please.
Councilor Bradley?
Yes.
Councilor Nichols?
Yes.
Councilor Turney?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Covering items number 6 and 7 on the agenda was Connie Parnell. She was there to discuss the possible action on vandalism at Phoenix Park and soccer fields. Also discussing a contract with Cherokee County National Little League for the use of the baseball fields at Phoenix Park. Let's take a listen in and see what she had to say about these two issues.
Rec Board meeting had a meeting this last week, and this is something that we've been really concerned about for a long time because it's costing the city a lot of money to go out there and replace the windows. Every time Charles puts windows in, they get broken. The big nets that were put up for baseball, they were slit. There's just, a dugout got burnt and had to be completely rebuilt. There's lots of things that are happening out there, and soccer fields, their big goals have been moved. What do we need to do as far as the recreation teams, leagues, and the city? What do we have to do to get somebody out there? I mean, to try to catch it. If that dugout was burnt, there had to have been somebody in there for a while. And I don't know, do they just not go out there, or?
If someone calls the police department and our dispatcher tells them they won't go, if you will give me a call at home, we will get them there.
Okay.
I wasn't made aware that there were calls being made and services weren't being provided.
Okay, the other thing was, I know they did talk to an officer one time and they said, well, there's not any signs out here saying no trespassing, no this, no that. And so they said, well, there's nothing we can do to them if we catch them out here because it's a public park. But, so, give me an answer on that.
One other suggestion here is that, now that you bring this to our attention, Connie and Kevin, if you'll help us stay on track with this, we will commission this week some signs that note our vandalism reward fund program at the city. You know, maybe the caliber of people who do this to public property are willing to inform the city on, snitch on their friends for a few $100s in their pocket. And we'd like to know who that is so we can appropriately reward the provider of that information and punish the wrongdoer.
Connie, as these individuals are caught and prosecuted, particularly through city court, if we could get information regarding the cost to repair or replace the vandalized items and that sort of thing, that can be made part of the fine and the punishment that's meted out, either in city court or upstairs in district court.
Council, there's no action required on this, I think, other than those that we've indicated will be taken administratively. Item 7 is discussion of possible action to approve contract with Cherokee County National Little League for the use of the baseball fields at Phoenix Park from March 16, 2009 through December 31st, 2009. Connie?
Okay, we met with Cherokee County National Little League last Wednesday night, and at first they weren't going to enter into a contract with the city because they didn't feel like they were getting a fair shake as far as they wanted 3 nights a week for their league. And in asking how many kids do they have on their league, they have 63 kids. total. And, which they kept saying they had 6 teams of 9 through 12 and 4 teams of T-ball. Do the math. So they were concerned that they didn't have enough nights to play. They would like to have 3 nights a week to, I don't know where they're going to put up these kids, but, you know, she said finally at the end, I said, do you want to request to use the fields or do you not want to? She said, well, and I read her the contract that if they so desire and their contract is approved, that they can at any time cancel the contract and have 30 days to vacate. So then they agreed to go ahead and do the contract.
Any questions, other questions of Connie with regard to the request from Cherokee County National Little League?
It's the same template type contract we get with all the other,
Right.
okay, because it's not,
It's the same.
okay.
It's the same, we just got it on Wednesday night. So it's the same contract. It's like I said, they opt out, they have 30 days to vacate.
Any other questions, council? Is there a motion?
I move to approve.
Mr. Bradley has a motion. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Mr. Nichols has the second. Any other comments or questions from the council or the public? Seeing none, Deb, call the roll, please.
Counselor Kearney?
Yes.
Counselor Bradley?
Yes.
Counselor Nichols?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Kevin Smith was on hand tonight to discuss item number 8 on the agenda, the possible action to approve change order number 3 for APCO Construction, increasing the contract by $3,990. Pardon the camera angle, but let's take a listen in.
$190. Kevin?
This is a change order here. We're trying to get closed out on this brick sidewalk project. This deals with the additional handrail needed to try to get in compliance with, for the final inspection. We're down to one last part of this sidewalk. We may have another change order coming back, but it's right there in front of the Cherokee Capitol abstract where there's a landing there. There may be, we may have to put another step there. We may have to put some additional handrails. This is a $3,990. So which we have the funds available. Just ask that you guys approve change orders. Well, the work's been done, so.
You've heard the presentation. Are there any other questions from Kevin on the request for the approved change order? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
I make a motion to approve change order number 3.
Mr. Turner. Thank you, Mr. Turner. And for the motion, is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Ms. Bradley has the second. Any other questions or comments by council or the public? Seeing none, clerk, call the roll, please.
Counselor Kearney?
Yes.
Counselor Bradley?
Yes.
Counselor Nichols?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this commercial break.